Welcome back from the break. Despite his supporters' numerous pleas and appeals, Troy Anthony Davis was executed by lethal injection at 11:08 p.m. on the 21st of November. Davis was a 42-year-old American man, convicted for the 1989 murder of a police officer, Mark MacPhail. This case stirred up quite a controversy, with Davis and his defenders securing support from the public, various celebrities, and human rights groups. Davis's case is one of the many examples where capital punishment has been questioned as an appropriate penalty for serious crimes. This causes us to ask ourselves if an individual should be given the right to make the decision of whether another individual should live or die, and looking at the bigger picture, to reflect upon the role of emotion and reason in justifying capital punishment. Today we have one of Davis's supporters here with us, Kayla Adams. Hi Kayla, thank you so much for coming here today.
Thank you for having me here.
I understand that you're one of Troy Davis's supporters. How did you hear about his case and what made you take his side?
Well, he's one of my father's friends, and though we've only known him for a few years, that's enough time to get to know him, and he's definitely not a person who would commit a murder and lie about it.
So would you say that emotion is the main role that made you decide that Troy Davis should not be killed?
Well, obviously emotion played some part because I knew him personally, and I knew he wasn't a man who would do such a thing. But the simple fact that there was no concrete evidence left against him after all the eyewitnesses changed their testimonies, it made me support him. Capital punishment was unnecessary. A punishment less severe, too, could have been given.
So today we also have with us Mr. John Stuart Mill. Mr. Mill, what do you feel about the jury's decision of applying capital punishment to Troy Davis's case?
It was completely unfair. Troy Davis should have not been killed. The greatest happiness of the greatest number lay in the decision. 10,000 signatures were delivered to convince the Georgia State Pardons and Parole Board to stop his execution. By choosing to kill Troy Davis, the judicial system of America has proven that it's anti-utilitarianism.
On conference call with us from Paris, Mr. Alain Kay. Monsieur Kay, what is your view on the decision of the jury? Does it contradict that of Mr. Mill? Yes, I disagree with Mr. Mill. The judge and the jury had studied this case intensively over years, as compared to the general public, who might not have known as much about it and simply given emotive decisions. Mrs. MacPhail, the mother of Mark MacPhail, is here with us today. Mrs. MacPhail, do you feel satisfied with the jury's decision?
Yes, I feel that my son, who himself fought for justice throughout his life, has finally got justice himself. I understand that to get justice, a man had to be killed. However, it was the very man who took my son's life.
So, as per my understanding, you believe that Troy Davis should have been sentenced to execution based on your emotions?
Yes, my feelings are strongly based on my emotions, but my emotions are fair for that of a mother.
Christian views on the death penalty run a spectrum of opinions. With us here is a Roman Catholic pastor. What are your personal views on the death penalty, Pastor Adams?
In my opinion, the death penalty is acceptable as a deterrent and prevention method, but not as a form of vengeance.
So in Troy Davis's case, would you say that his execution was justified?
Because we don't know for sure whether Troy Davis was guilty or innocent, it is difficult to answer that question. If Troy Davis was guilty, then his execution would be justified as it is for the good of the whole society and therefore would be a prevention method. However, if Davis was innocent, then the execution would solely be based on emotion and need for vengeance from MacPhail's relatives, thus making it morally wrong and unjustified.
A similar case was reported in India. However, it was dealt with differently. Jessica Lal was shot dead on 29 April 1999 by the son of a wealthy politician when she refused to serve him a drink at a party as the bar was closed. The murderer was not only proven guilty for committing murder, but also for destruction of evidence, yet he was given life imprisonment. Here we have Jessica Lal's sister, who along with the media fought for her sister's justice. Anna, what is your view on the Troy Davis case?
Well, I have to agree. I would be more satisfied if the murderer of my sister was executed. However, I know that he will face emotional torture since he's entitled to life imprisonment. In Troy Davis's case, there was no concrete evidence left, yet they gave him capital punishment. When my sister was murdered, even though there was evidence the murderer is still alive, I still feel Troy Davis should not have been executed.
So is your opinion based on emotion or reason?
My opinion is based on reason, and my reason is based on comparison of two judicial systems.
After gathering information from different sources, it has been revealed that both emotion and reason play a major part in the justification of capital punishment, whether it is for or against it.